Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Fat Es BBQ. I'm Eric Cantu. Thank y'all so much for joining in. Today we got a special treat for you. The newest edition of Fat Es BBQ is making its way in. I think I might hear it coming down the road right now. So I think this is it, guys. Get ready. We're going to see what we got. Here it goes. All right, guys, I hope everybody is doing awesome out there. I know these are some crazy times. You know, everyone's been kind of just cooped up at home, trying to stay healthy, to be quite honest, right? Everyone's kind of worried about this whole virus thing. I'm not going to harp too much on that because really the whole purpose of this video is to try to get our minds away from that stuff. You know what I mean? Let's just be a family, Fat Es BBQ family, and let's just have some fun taking a look at this new pit that we got here. Guys, here it is, the latest addition to the Fat Es BBQ family. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. I'm super stoked. I don't know if you saw my excitement when that truck was coming. What are the odds of that, right? I'm recording and then the truck comes. It wasn't planned, I swear, but I was just trying to get the intro done before it got here and boom, there it was. I was kind of teasing it on Instagram and Facebook. By the way, guys, if you haven't followed me yet, you may not know about it because you follow along, subscribe here on YouTube. I also have an Instagram and a Facebook page. Check it out, Fat Es BBQ. I'm actually a little bit more consistent there. YouTube, I don't always get time to always edit and sit down and just, you know, edit videos because I work a lot. So whenever I get the chance, I'll just snap some quick video or some quick pictures of something and I'll post it on Instagram and Facebook just to get engaged, guys. And you guys have been awesome. Those of you who've been following already, thank you. And guys, if you haven't already, check it out, man. I think you'll really enjoy what we post up there. A lot of interaction goes on there. So some of y'all had some really good guests as far as what I was getting. Some of y'all picked the Santa Maria. Some of you guys said I was getting another stick burner. I even had one guy say we had getting a trailer, like a big old full trailer. Although that would be awesome, I'm not quite there yet, you know, not quite there yet. But what we ended up getting was the big Mama Jamma from Lone Star Grillz. Yes, we got the vertical smoker. But yeah, I was super intrigued because this guy says you don't have, it's almost a set it and forget it. And so that would just add, you know, to my business and what I can do. So I was very excited about that. And I went ahead and we just pulled the trigger. And guys, you know I went with Lone Star Grillz. Those guys over there are just incredible people. If you guys haven't dealt with them yet, give them a call. Even if you just want to go see their showroom or visit their website, check out their videos on YouTube. They are very humble people that make a really good product. And I have absolutely zero regrets about the beast that I bought before. I mean, it's the 24 by 48 by 24 with the vertical smoker. Had no issues. I've almost had it for 2 years already. I don't have any rust on there. I just maintained it. I mean, I've cooked so much on there for big events, small events. That thing just does work, and the craftsmanship that they do is just incredible. So like I said, I'm not getting paid by them or anything like that. I just feel that they're genuinely good people that put out some really good work. And there was other companies out there, we're not mentioning names, but other companies that I talked to when I was gonna make these purchases, it felt more just business, cut and dry business. Didn't make me feel like family, you know. Lone Star Grillz, they make you feel like family over there. Even if you don't make a purchase, they are willing to talk to you and explain it to you, you know? So that is what's super cool about them, guys. So guys at Lone Star Grillz, I really appreciate everything that you do. Just, man, keep doing what you're doing. Tell all your people in the fabricating room or the factory, whatever you want to call it, who are out there just working super hard, that it's really appreciated, man. Those guys are busting tail, super talented people out there, guys. So anyway, guys, visit their website, take a look at them. We're gonna get this thing unwrapped and we're gonna start checking it out, and we're gonna look at that craftsmanship that I'm talking about. Like I said, I'm not just gonna talk the talk, I'm gonna show you that they walk the walk. And so what do y'all say, man? You wanna get into this, start unwrapping it now? I've talked to her about 10 minutes already. I took off the cross beam up there because I was afraid I would hit the smokestack when I rolled it out. I wasn't too sure how to get it out. I was gonna just rip everything off, but then I saw they had these channels here for each wheel. You know, you can see here where the wheels were kind of rubbing, but they have some chocks right there and right there to keep it from moving around. And they had the chocks up there as well and right there. See how it has 3? I took off the top one there, and pretty much all I did was take off that pallet, which is on the floor there, the cross beam, and the 2 little things there, and I just rolled it right out. I got that board, I put it under here, and then I put that on top to form like a little ramp, so that would just go and fall down. I'm gonna tell you guys, that thing is heavy. It is super heavy. Like I said, yes, it comes with these wheels, and it comes with this awesome handle right here to help move it around. But this isn't something that you can just, you know, move around with like just one hand or something. It is very hefty. I would not let my kids, you know, move it around. And being that I'm going on a slope down to the street, like that thing gave me some, resistance, you know. So I had to use my football skills and really give it some oomph to move it around. I did mess up. I did. I messed up. My fault. I'm just gonna let you guys know, if you get one of these guys, to be very careful with something that I damaged, okay? This guy right here, hopefully it's not too bad, but I mean, it looks good. He looks good. There's no damage. I was able to fix it to my knowledge. Hopefully it still works. Where I messed up was right here. So I'm gonna leave it in the video too, in the time lapse, but you need to prop this out just a smidge, like just like this. So maybe get a string, have somebody help you, just hold this back. Because what happened was when I pulled this guy out, it went, right? Because the weight's coming towards me. It is heavy, okay? The weight came towards me, and when I looked, I tried to stop it on time, but I didn't. The tail true gauge was right here, right? Sticking out, and it went, and it pushed, and it bent that way, right? So it's sticking out from the pit, like the same, this like that from the pit. Here it comes, here it comes. I was like, oh, it's gonna hit, and I couldn't stop it on time, so it hit, and it bent it. And it bent the tail true gauge that way. So it wasn't facing flat, it was now facing that way. So I was like, oh my God, I hadn't even cooked on this yet, and I already messed up. But it's because all the momentum was coming, and there's no way to stop it, you know? So I didn't gauge it correctly, and all I had to do was just do that. 2 fingers. 2 fingers would have helped. If I would have had somebody out here to help, I'm telling you guys, like I said, I'm super sweaty right now, guys. I apologize. But I'm telling you guys, so that way when you get this, you don't make that same mistake as I did. Hopefully I didn't mess it up. We'll find out. Like I said, I've got the fireboard gauges. I'm gonna put it in there, and we're gonna see if this thing still works. It should work, but like you can see, it doesn't look damaged or anything. You know, this bent this way, but it didn't touch. It didn't touch. So all I did was go, I just bent it back,
Hopefully it's okay.
I've got the arsenal out here today. Sorry, I'm messing up my words, but we've got beast number 2 here. We just got her in. Today, what we're gonna be doing is seasoning her up and getting her ready for the first cook. Woo! All right, guys, woo! It is a hot one out here, but take a look at this, guys. This is the new Large Insulated Vertical Smoker by Lone Star Grillz. If y'all haven't seen it yet, if y'all didn't see my last video of when it came in, this is it here. It is the large one with the competition cart and with the off-road tire, off-road package, right? Let's take a look in here. There it is on the inside. Haven't even taken the keys off, guys. But take a look at that. There's so much cooking space in here, right? It says it can do up to 16 briskets. Now I'm assuming those are gonna be smaller briskets, but to be honest, what do you think? I think I could get at least 3 large briskets per rack. You know what I mean? And if not, if they're smaller briskets, I'm pretty sure I could get the 16 in here. But what we're gonna be doing today, guys, is we're gonna be seasoning this all up. Now, what I wanted to show you was take a look at the difference between that one and the original beast that I have here, right? So the original beast is awesome. This pit, I mean, people have asked me, you know, if you could do it again, would I just buy this one instead of the stick burner? Absolutely not. I would still have bought the stick burner first. This is definitely a tool that I have to have. I mean, there's no doubt about it. If you're on the fence and you're not sure if you want to buy it, you're not going to make a bad decision, because that is a good buy. But the reason I would want to keep this guy is because, one, it's so versatile, okay? I mean, one, it's super quality, right? It's super awesome as far as the quality goes. But number 2 is you have your skillet, right? You have a skillet capability. You have 2 racks in here, right? 2 racks in here to cook with. 2 racks in here to cook with. And then you've got a full cabinet right here, okay? Now, I did get the smaller cabinet, okay? And if I could go back, I would definitely have gotten the larger cabinet, right? This is the 24-inch. But guys, this pit right here, yes, she's been awesome. I would not trade it in for the world, and I'm still gonna be using probably this one a little bit more, right, than this one off the top of my head, because this one looks like it's just purely a smoker. But if I wanna come out here and cook some fajitas right over the grill, well, guess what? I can do that right in here. Cook some fajitas, some steaks, you know, if I want to use the skillet and, you know, make some veggies or whatever I want. This is very versatile. I can pull it out easily. This guy, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to be obviously using it just for smoking. So ribs, pork butts, briskets, you know, everything in there. So take a look at the size difference between these two, right? This guy is a heck of a lot wider than this one. And you've seen in my past videos, I loaded this guy up with, I've loaded it with 4 briskets, 4 butts, 8 briskets. I mean, I've really stacked just that vertical portion up, and you can still do 2 briskets there, 2 briskets there. So 2, 4, 8, that's 12. You know what I mean? I hope I got my math right, y'all correct me. So 12 briskets I'm able to do on that. This guy here, in just this little space right here, I can do potentially 16 briskets, and that's just amazing. To know that you can do something like that. So the reason I got this guy over here was because I needed the capability to be able to do more for larger crowds, right? So this in combination with this, I think I'm set. I think I'm gonna be pretty darn happy with what I can kick out and how much briskets or pork butts or food that I could just put out with this. The versatility with the combo of this and this is gonna be amazing. So I could cook briskets in here, pork butts in here, brisket, pork butts, ribs, chicken, sausage. I can do a whole slew of things here. Look at these wheels, right? These wheels are pretty darn awesome. I'm gonna take a walk around, right? There's the valves. There's the backside over there. Okay. There's the top. We put the water in, right? Here are the valves again. All right, intake air, water, and that right there is if you want to put like a guru or a fireboard on there, right? So let's open her up. Take a look at the inside, guys. So look at how much space this is. These grates, by the way, are absolutely beautiful. Beautiful grates. right? There is just so much space from this to this, right? Now granted, these, never mind, it's a little dirty in here. I haven't cleaned it up completely, but this still gets me a lot of space. This will get me even more. So I'm pretty excited about that. So if you pull this out on the bottom, you can see that's where the water goes. That's your water pan right there. And the smoke will come off to the sides, right? Right there. And this whole area is gonna fill with smoke, right? And the thing that I like about this, the thing that I love is the fact that I read that this thing says no matter how many briskets, whether it's 1, 2, if you got on the left side, right side, the middle, top, bottom, the entire chamber will stay at the temp you want. So if you want to cook at 225, this thing's going to stay at 225 all the way throughout. And I'm going to test that today. Obviously, when I season it up, I'm going to put a couple probes in here, and we're going to see how well the temp holds, okay? And then down here, this is the firebox and the tray, okay? You can see it's solid, man. Look, that thing is solid, okay? Now, this tray is super heavy. If you saw my other video, when I went live, you can see how much difficulty I had pulling this out, right? So I could pull this out now. These are my trays. I'm gonna make it look like a serpentine. I guess they're the T trays. I forget what they're exactly called. Don't quote me on that one. But these are my trays right here that I'm gonna line up. Kind of hard to do with one hand, but they're gonna go something like this, and the charcoal is gonna basically snake its way through, okay? But take a look at that, guys. That's a huge firebox, right? Super thick, right? It's solid. This thing is definitely heavy, okay? This expanded metal is replaceable, okay? If it starts to wear out, you just buy another one of those. This gasket, right? This gasket will start to wear out. You'll buy another one of those eventually, but they last for a long time from what I read. And this is an adjustable knob here, lock. So when the door closes, as this starts to go, you can start adjusting this to make sure your door gets a very good seal, right? And of course, guys, check out that logo. Man, they did an awesome job cutting that thing out. Super cool. Thank you, Lone Star Grillz. That's awesome. There they are right there. These guys are awesome. Here's the shelf, the competition cart portion, right? Super solid. It's beautiful. So check it out. The difference, the reason I would say for you guys to go with one of these flat surface shelves is if you look, this is my other pit. It's the expanded metal. And that shelf, the shelf over here, is a lot harder for me to clean. Now, when I try to wipe it down, like the cloth will get stuck, you know, or if I use a sponge or something, it gets stuck, you know, in between with that metal. If I could go back, I would definitely get the stainless or the regular flat surface. That way, it's easier to clean, okay? But take a look at this, guys. Right here, again, we're gonna get started, and we're pretty stoked, man. I've got the pan there. We'll see if I can get through with one can. But I'm not sure. This thing's pretty big. I might need to go through a few cans, and if I don't get any more, I might have to just go over with some canola oil, you know, with the paintbrush again. So anyway, guys, that's it right there. And as you can see, we got them big old massive tires on here, connected with the little handle. I put a little bungee cord there to keep it from falling. You know, I put a little bungee cord there to hold it. But that whole thing swivels like that. It moves it, and it has a really good turning radius, okay? So just be careful, because this thing is massive and it is very heavy. So you want to be on a nice level surface, you know, because you don't want the, I don't know if it'll topple, but it feels like potentially if you're on level, you don't want it falling down. But overall, this thing is freaking awesome, guys. Let's get started. I've got the charcoal there, Kingsford. That's all I ever use. And let's get started. guys, you know what's really cool about this right here? After I went ahead and seasoned it, I don't know if you guys noticed in the last video and this video, when I was actually pulling this thing out, it was pretty tough. I was like, right, I was yanking it, the thing was heavy. But after I seasoned it with the oil, or, you know, put the canola all over it, man, this thing just slid out. It almost fell because I pulled it out thinking I was gonna have to yank it, and actually, yeah, did not have to yank it. It's just like, look, watch, check it out. Just real easy now. It's real easy now. So hopefully it stays that way as we continue to cook, but yeah, it's super easy now. So what I'm gonna do now is pour the charcoal in there. I got the T-plates on, and yeah, we're gonna put the charcoal in and fire it up, and we're gonna season this guy. Let's get going. All right, guys, so as you can see, we went ahead and put those T-plates in. This is a 16-pound bag of charcoal right here, and it says it can handle up to 40 pounds, and I believe it, because this is just, you know, one bag. I still can put a whole nother bag down here, and I think I could even go a little higher on some of this here. I'm not going to use wood today because I'm not cooking yet, but when we cook, they say you're supposed to put the chunks kind of sporadically throughout on the top, you know, and that'll give you the flavor. So, all right, guys, so we got the instructions right here. We are ready with this firebox. I'm going to get it started. It basically says do not exceed from 250 to 275s for 3 to 6 hours. Stay right around that range and we'll be good. They say if you go a little bit higher, it's okay, but try to keep it between 250 and 275, 3 to 6 hours, and we'll be ready to go. It is. Alrighty, so I'm just going to do the corner here. Now all I'm going to do, got the welding gloves on. Again, this is probably really hot. We're going to just slide it in there. And look how easy that went, guys. That went super easy now that I seasoned it. Okay, I'm going to close this up. Right, that's done. Let's open up this ball valve right here. Right, I'm going to open it up wide open for a little while, and maybe even the water. Open that one up. I'm gonna go read them instructions, and we're gonna start seeing the temp. We'll start seeing if this die goes up. And again, I want to go about 250 to 275, right around there. Look, you already got smoke coming out the top. All right, guys, so let's just look inside. You can see that smoke coming out. Let's see how it flows in here. Oh yeah, see that? So that's gonna definitely give you some good smoke all around your meat and whatnot. I know this is just charcoal for now, but look, you can see where it comes from. Right there, just like we thought. And right there on the bottom, just like we thought. I don't have water in it because we're seasoning it, but let me get this closed up, get it up to temp. So right around 200 to 175 is when I should start closing that ball valve. And it says if I want to be in the 225 to 250 range, that I should probably be 1/3 open, right? Of that ball valve should be 1/3 open. Right now it's wide open. So once I get about 200 degrees, maybe 180, I'm gonna go ahead and put that thing down, and then we'll see how the temp goes up. Right now, it's still reading at 100 degrees. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and put my fireboard in there to check the temp, to make sure that I didn't screw up that gauge, because I don't know if you guys remember, I kind of messed it up when I pulled it out of the crate. So I'm gonna put the fireboard in there as a backup so I can see the correct temp inside. But other than that, man, it's just a waiting game to see how long it takes to get up to temp. And then it says 3 to 6 hours to season. And then once it's seasoned up, we're gonna let it shut down. I'm gonna close everything off. And then probably tomorrow, I'm gonna go ahead and get a prime brisket ready to go, because I'm super stoked for that, guys. So here we go. If you look at the temp right now, we're at about can you see it? 184. And over here, right on, same temp, right? But what it says to do is we're gonna go over here and close down this ball valve. That's about halfway, you know? So that's about 1/3 right there. All right, guys, so here we go. It has been, obviously it's darker out here. We've been out here for about 4 hours already, a little bit over 4 hours. And this thing has been maintaining temp like a charm. We want it to be between 224 to 250 degrees. 224? 225. It's an odd number, right? And we're at 242 right now. And for the most part, this thing was around 225. I've played around with the smokestack to try and close it up a little bit, and the inlet. So right now it's closed off pretty well, not all the way. So obviously the temperature is not continuing to rise. So I'm gonna have to play with that a little bit more, because I like to cook at 225 degrees. So I gotta have to, you know, maneuver that a little bit to make sure I stay there. Because for the most part, I was around 225 to 230, but then it kept creeping up. So I think I had to close it a little bit earlier, okay? But other than that, this thing has been super impressive. And like I said, it's super easy for me to say I like everything, right? But to be honest, I have nothing to complain about this thing, you know? Like, obviously you can see a different environment, right? Right now, we had a big hailstorm that actually came in. It was like a raining hailstorm out of nowhere. Gotta love the San Antonio weather. Like 3 days ago it was 50 degrees. Yesterday it was 90 degrees. Today's 95 degrees. And then boom, it hits this hailstorm, and now it's cool off again, right? So gotta love the San Antonio weather. But anyway, so yeah, it started raining down. So I had to get the other pit and put it inside, you know, start putting the canopy up and try to protect this one here. And lo and behold, this thing just held temp the whole time. Didn't, you know, nothing happened. No steam was coming off of it. Nothing crazy. The tarp went over, and I could actually put my hand over the smokestack, and it wasn't very hot. You know, I was worried like, well, maybe the heat would mess up my tarp, but no, it worked really, really well. So very impressed with that. And check it out, guys. Look, check it out. Like you could touch this. This is cool to the touch, right? This right here, it's just warm. It's not hot at all. Not hot. This is a firebox right here. Not hot. It's warm, definitely warm, but not hot. The sides over here, same thing, not hot. So I think that's pretty darn impressive. Obviously it's insulated, right? So you've got 2 layers of metal, and then you have the, you know, insulation, military grade insulation in between. And that's incredible. You know, like, I think that's really good, because like my stick burner that I've had out there before, and I'm cooking, I got to make sure the kids stay away, because if they go up there and accidentally bump that firebox, they can get burned, right? So obviously they should stay away in the first place. But I think that's just a really neat thing with this, you know, insulated vertical smoker. All right, guys, that is it. This is bringing us to the end of our video. Just one last thing I want to show you guys is the big reveal. Let's take a look at the seasoned pit. After 4 hours, this thing was running at 225 to about 245 was the most that it got to. So let's take a look inside and see the results. Ooh-wee. Nice and shiny, guys. That looks really nice. You see this door right here? It's nice and shiny. It's looking good. This looks really, really pretty. Let me get in here. So check this out, Scarlett. I could feel the heat now. On the outside, I was touching it. I couldn't feel any heat. Here, you could feel the heat, and it still smells good. But you can see how it comes up this way, and it comes up that way, and it just kind of does one of these motions like that. So when I cook that brisket, we're gonna fill that water pan up. We're gonna do it that way. But everything has been seasoned correctly. I think it looks really, really good, guys. All right, let's close this up. Okay. All right. So now, obviously it looked great. Now let's take a look to see how much fuel was consumed, because we went about 4.5 hours of seasoning, and I put a 16-pound bag of charcoal on there. So let's take a look to see how much is actually left. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna open this up all the way. And this thing is a lot easier to pull out now, ever since it got seasoned. Now I'm just gonna go about right there. I don't wanna go too, look at that, guys. Check it out. It has only used one line. Can you see that? One line. This is the S pattern we were talking about. So a 16-pound bag goes all the way over here. 1, 2, 3, about 4 rows, right? It hasn't even made it here yet. I could almost grab all this charcoal and take it out and stop it. I'll probably shut everything off, but take a look at that, guys. That's insane. That's just insane. Let's go ahead and push this back in. And it goes in super easy now. It goes in super easy versus before. All right, we're locked up. That's pretty impressive, guys. I don't know about you guys, but everything that Lone Star Grillz advertised, I mean, they just cleared that check. That is awesome, because it's been 4 hours, 4.5 hours, and we haven't even got one complete row burned yet. That's amazing. I'm like almost at a loss for words. Like, this is legitimately genuine reaction that I'm having right now, because that's insane. So I usually cook my briskets for like 20 hours at 225. I'm very confident that this thing's gonna make some really, really good briskets. So now the next thing, what are we gonna do next? Now I'm gonna have to cook an actual brisket, okay? And we're gonna cook it at 225. I'm gonna put some post oak chunks on there. Now it's gonna be, does it taste the same, right, as my stick burner? Because the stick burner, I'm just constantly putting wood chunks on there about once an hour, right? 45 minutes to an hour, putting a new log on there. This guy's a set it and forget it, you know? Like, I open that thing up and the temp dropped to 158. Just opening it that quick, 158. So if you're looking, you ain't cooking, right? That's the famous lines, right? If you're looking, you ain't cooking. So you set it, you forget it, you leave it alone, okay? Just have your probes in there. But anyway, guys, this is super, super impressive. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. It was a tough one, guys. It was hot out there today. It rained on us out there, but you know what? It's gonna be well worth it. And Lone Star Grillz, my goodness, guys, you guys make an excellent, excellent product. You guys should be very, very proud of yourself. Please tell everybody out there, all the fabricators, everyone who's out there, tell them, good job, man. Like, I mean, I know you do anyway, but I'm just saying, from me and from ours, it's incredibly, incredibly great craftsmanship. And Chris, your designs are incredible as well. You know, I don't know how you think of this stuff, but man, this couldn't be any easier. I mean, it's it's essentially a set it and forget it. I got a competition cart. We've got the big wheels on there, so it's easy to move around. I mean, geez, this is just insane how ridiculously well this thing's built. Again, guys, no, I'm not getting paid by them. I'm just genuinely impressed by this, and I think that we made the correct investment with Lone Star Grillz, because their customer service is awesome. They're easy to talk to. If you got questions, you can ask them. If you have issues with anything, they're quick to fix it, you know, or to address it, not to fix it, but to address it. And I'm just really, really glad that we went back to Lone Star Grillz. And this is going to definitely boost up my abilities to make food for big parties and big peoples, big crowds, big events. And man, thank y'all so much, guys. This is a freaking awesome pit. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I was rambling a lot. We had to set up the light out here. It took a little bit longer than we expected. Again, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for getting back with me all the time and hitting me up with comments. Remember, Instagram, Facebook, I'm on there a lot more. I hope you guys enjoy yourselves. We'll see you guys on the next episode of Fat Es BBQ.